So my group's topic was sexual assault on campus and sexual assault awareness. So I decided to zoom in on the topic of how most people who are sexually assaulted or are a victim of sexual violence are usually victimized by someone they know or someone who's a non-stranger. I decided to do this because most people have a misguided theory, or they think that this is the usual, that most people who are sexually assaulted are sexually assaulted by someone who they don't know, someone who pops out of the bushes, as they say, like going home from bars and, like girls walking by themselves. But usually that's not right. I have a few sites that I use from the West Virginia Foundation for a Rape Information and Services site. I have one quote that says, "A perpetrator of a non-stranger sexual assault can be a friend, a neighbor, someone you met at a party, someone your friend knows, a dating partner, your employer, or someone you've known for a long time." Basically, this is just saying that, like, most people who are sexually assaulted know the person that they're sexually assaulted by. It could be your boss at a job. It could be someone you met at a party like 2 hours ago that your friend knows. It could be a mutual friend, like with your best friend. Like, say your best friend has a friend, and like it could happen to where they're your sexual assaulter. Really, people think that this isn't right, that most people who are close to you won't do this to you, but it really, like, this is most sexual assaults are in this category. I also have another site, from the New Hope site. I have a quote that says, "Approximately 2/3 of sexual assaults are committed by someone the victim knows." So this is a statistic that, like, 2/3 of sexual assaults are committed by someone the victim knows. So this is just another fact given of how people who are sexually assaulted, their perpetrator or their assaulter is someone they know. Like, how usually on, like, movies and TV shows, you see people who are sexually assaulted and it's usually a stranger, someone who breaks in and sexually assaults you. Yes, that's true, that happens, but most of the time it's by someone who you know, or your friend knows, or you just met a couple days ago, or your neighbor that you've lived beside for years, or your employer who you've worked for 4 years or 10 years, or somebody that can do it to you just as much as someone who you just met 10 minutes ago can do it to you. Another quote that I have from the Hope site, it says, "And also, a misconception that is most sexual assault does not happen by a mass stranger hiding in the bushes." So this is just saying that, like, a common misconception, like I stated before, is that most sexual assaults happen by a mass stranger in the bushes. So, like, saying that, like, it could be someone who just sees you at a bar and is like, "Oh, maybe let me just roofie her and take her home," or something like that. Like, it usually doesn't happen like, yes, there are statistics that happens to women, and that's, that's a common thing that happens, but the most common thing is it happening from someone you know. Usually if someone gets roofied, it's someone you know roofing you, because they're not, you trust them. You trust them to hold your drink. They hold your drink, they roofie you. You would never think it was them because you know them. You're close with them. You know someone who knows them, who says they're a great person. Another statistic I have from the New Hope site, it says 73% of sexual assaults are perpetrated by a non-stranger. So this is basically just further explaining that it's another statistic explaining that most sexual assaults happen by someone who's a non-stranger to you. It's that's how most of them happen, because, like I said, you trust someone to hold your drink. You trust someone, like, you trust your friend saying that this person that you're meeting or they're introducing you to is a trustworthy person. They're not going to do anything to hurt you. But in reality, that's who sexually assaults you, or that's who your perpetrator is. I also have a quote from the Rain site, and this is, like, using someone's story. They put this on their site. Her name's Val Hill, and it states, "Val Hill was sexually assaulted by someone she considered a friend since childhood." She had a friend since childhood, and this person sexually assaulted her. She would have never saw it coming because they were friends since childhood. Like, how do you see that coming? And I also have another quote. It says, Val Hill herself also states, I can't tell you that I'm not scared every day of my life. I am, but I choose to push on. So no matter what happens, even though she got sexually assaulted by her friend, like, it's gonna scare her. Like, she's scared to trust people. She's scared to open up. But she is continuing to push on. She's gonna continue to, not close herself off. But moral of the story is most people who are sexually assaulted or a victim of sexual violence usually are assaulted by someone they know or someone they met a few months ago or just someone they know.